you the Tibetan. We didn't chant this morning Tibetan yet.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Doing that.
Vachiwa me pe chi yong na yong ji zhen ha mo run ma ji de sen jian gen la di ther ma don ju ba gan le cha de so rang chi ge yin ber ma hi ber san yo mo van ben je wai ma ko chen bi san jian la yong ha mo cho ji cha de so chi nyang ni je la ma chi ba他年此个几张呢？真他年别离完了，也没有到个他灭家的所。都本个我人个生，同你不本么些本，下我眼别用我啦，认真别拉灭。家的所，三荣兄你没一啦，你是真被我瞧见，这代是江中吧。可你们知拉灭家的所，养的个顿拉你西江，见真见等着么一边。一些多拉蒙巴拉，勇敢前进拉灭家的所，真正能开参业间。看见的大也没去，大东罗没刚子啦，严总上季节家的手。
Thank you very much. So now we're going to chant the opening prayer. So this teaching is Maryland. You can put in the Facebook Live. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And page 3. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstacles who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnation. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and safely away establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstacles who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnation. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and save love, establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Dalai Damwar Zebeda, Novar Zebege, Tarva Dam Dam Jen Jembe, Barade Jubar Zeba, Dam Je Zoro Zebe, Mananga Danyambe Zebje, Dam Je Dewa Dande, Dungara Dandra Nyorda Lana Neva, Yanda Bara Dobe Zanjo Rumbu Jedu Barza. Thus, until I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the kind root Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of the Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dharkas and darkness and the Dharma gardens, possessors eye of the wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise an example of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and progress on the Bodhisattva's path, are true for the benefit of all sentient beings giving birth to bodhicitta, and apply myself to complete stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of Janarasta and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Short mandala offering. The ground is sprinkling with the scented water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the spring mountain, the four continents, and the sun and the moon. As Buddha fair, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happinesses of Buddha fairs. To the Lama who possesses the three kayas, I offer outer, inner, and sacred offerings, with my body, worth, and all that is visible. Please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Om Guru Rina Mandala Punza Manga Samandra Savar Samaya Hom. I equal refuge, ornament of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 worlds. You are the victor, Vajradhara, widow adored. I bow at the feet of Father Jitin Sungo. Continually I think of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessing. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unliberated nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the two words and their combination according to the disposition and likewise the mental capacity of a sentient being. So now we're going to the Manjushri, page 32. Manjushri short, the press to Manjushri. Actually say long press to Manjushri. Page 32, the Data Yoga Sadhana. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of clouds of the two worlds, and perceive the various steps of knowledge and the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has compassion for all beings who are suffering from the darkness of ignorance in the prison of samsara, as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the chant of karma through the 60 branches of Haramania's speech. He wise the wisdom swore to cut the settling of suffering and to dispel the darkness of confusion. In all the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels, and perfect in the body of all knowledges. I supplicate you, Manjushri, bound by the 112 sons of Buddha, to dispel all darkness of my ignorance. You who are the perfect youthful body, whose firm of wisdom brothers, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance. I post before you and praise you, Manjushri. At the heart chakra is sun disk on which is some syllable. I say surrounded by the mantra circle clockwise. In Golden Lake, light radiance from the mantra evoking all blessings and energies of all the Buddhas, which dissolve into one syllable, again light radiate and transform into outer universe, into the sphere puring and purify all the obscuration of a sentient being who are then transformed into Manjushri or are recite the mantra together. The leg then returns to the syllable. Om Wange Shorama, Om Wange Shorama, Om Wange Shorama, Om Wange Shorama, Om Wange Shorama. Om Wange Shorama, 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 page 35. By the light of your wisdom, compassionate one, may the darkness of ignorance in my mind be dispelled. To realize all the sutras and the commentaries, please grant me the power of radiant wisdom. Whenever I want to see you or want you to clarify my confusions, Lord Manjushri Shri Gosha, may I have a clear vision of you without hindrance. You, Manjushri, have performed great deeds to the furthest limits of the 10 directions. For the benefit of all sentient beings, may I and others perform and the same activities. Okay, so now we're going into the teaching. So good morning, everyone.
Good
morning.
You know, I'm having trouble
Morning.
getting it on Facebook Live. It's not connecting, but I'm recording anyways. So I'm going to share with you today in this one, the stage of meditation. Everyone has this book. So yeah, you can get in the, this book is in the iBook, e-book and iBook, Kindle, somewhere in the, also in the internet you can download.
or you can get a rare book. So this just couple weeks, I'm going to share with you this teaching, and then also we meditate evening together. So this is the course stage of meditation, not only the teaching, we have to meditate. So usually always share the teaching, then no time to meditate. So this time we make for meditate. Meditation 1 hour, teaching 2 hours. That's okay? And so we can just go through slowly, and also discussion. You have a question, so you can ask questions. So I try to give you answer, and then that's where it's become, more like study, like contemplate, stuck in your head. When you practice, meditate, then really helpful. So sometimes the teaching is go very fast, just you hearing, but then when you're ready to meditate, already forget, gone. So that's always happening us. That's the reason we can go slowly and also can discussion. So similar as we did in the Pardo Tudor. Usually Pardo Tudor always read very fast. We read. I read many times, but I didn't really, my mind is stuck clearly. So when I share this teaching, Pardo Tudor, and become more stuck in the head, go slowly is always great, So we need a patient. Everything is like have to follow step by step. Nothing is come just right away there. And that's why I want to share also this stage of meditation slowly, and also during the teaching, so we can have a time to discussion together. Not only like 2 hours teaching, so maybe I teach like 1 hour and a half, and then you can ask questions, we can discussion half hour, and then 1 hour evening meditate. So that's where it's like this teaching is stuck in our heads. Help for that. So now I want to share with you this forward. So we read this forward, you recognize how important this stage of meditation. Forward is not really the page number. Forward, so here say I arrange this book, the stage of meditation, with the intention of benefiting all student levels, include students new to Buddhism and more senior practitioners. In this time when everyone is busy with work and caught up in various distractions, the stage of meditation provides a clear and concise explanation that are easy to grasp. For those interested in the Buddhism, this book accords with the intent of the great scriptures, which is extremely important. So when I created this book, Stage of Meditation, focus for just many different levels students, many different levels meditators, and also the not really followed by tradition, not only followed by tradition means not only like followed by the one lineage. So one lineage talk about, okay, you have to do like 3 years meditation, or you have to do, this Nindo practice, preliminary Nindo practice. So 100,000 pulse stations, 100,000 chant mantras. So like that kind of, like laws is follow the lineages. And this one is like for more focus for lay people, usually just daily, practice, and the focus for lay people can hold into meditate. Not even you are not not for monks and nuns, still you can practice these meditations. This meditation is actually followed by more Buddha's teaching. When during the Buddha, he shared for students, you know how he training the students, and also this some, you know, like India, that time scholars, and the training the students, giving these teachings. Some areas more like for not only focus for monks and for more for focus for lay people, you know, use this practice for meditation. So Tibetan meditation, many you know, this levels is focused more for monastics. They also holding the lineage. So that's why it's of course it's great, but it's not easy for lay practitioners, lay people. So this is like kind of a more flexible and also like kind of a, you know, not stuck within the lineage, just focus for liberation, you know, and easy to just you can practice. But this is just whole cover any lineages, or is in there actually. Essence is not follow the labels. So that's accurate. That's both the reason is. So then, even if you are not a religious person but know how to meditate, it is great beneficial in beginning. Peace of mind, good health. See, there's some sections is like even you are not Buddhist, still you can meditate, practice. Even you don't accept religions, still you can practice. See, think about it, like you also have a family and relatives, friends. Maybe they are not Buddhists. They need help something. So you know you can use some technique of these sections to you can help for them. Because the reason is this bringing peace of mind. Everyone want, right? All beings peace of mind and good health. So this some level meditations bring the peace of mind and good health. Even not talking about the liberation. So that kind of sections you can share with like, you know, someone not follow the religions. You wanted to help them if that some person is like open mind, they wanted to help someone. So you can share this some areas to help them. That is also very important. So this book is like kind of a little bit beyond these religions. Okay, so beyond in like kind of like this lineages, and well-being to the body. According to Buddhism, not only this temporary happiness and well-being of a body and mind come from meditation, but also the ultimate bliss. So then, of course, like we consider we are like Buddhists, we are practitioner. So our focus is not only just temporarily good, healthy, and temporarily mind is peaceful, not looking for that. So practitioners are looking for liberation, the more higher goal, not only just temporary looking, right? So that's why, and even we are like practitioner, like you know me. I mean this book give us like more higher level practitioner way. So that's we have to understand. Ati, what are you doing there?
Kempo, you look so
Yes.
beautiful. You look so beautiful with that background online. It's really fantastic. I want you to see it. That's
Thank
all.
you. Okay.
Sorry, interrupting.
Don't distracting. Okay.
Okay.
Buddha is a focus. Buddha is for our meditation support, not for distracting.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so I see you take good picture there. Thanks. Yeah. So now think this. You know, it's this meditation. Like our goal is not temporary benefited. Like try to get liberation, free from samsara. So this book also use this practice can reach to the Buddhahood. Even this like not many pages, but all is actually in here. If we long as you practice, you can get Buddhahood. Our samsaric suffering come from the untamed mind, and the meditation is the only means for taming the mind. See, all this samsaric suffering is where it come from? Because it come from the untamed mind. So our mind is not tamed. Our mind is crazy. So we have so much emotions. Long as we have emotions, our mind is not tamed. So if mind is not tamed, then we are endless suffering in samsara. So then how can we can tame our mind? There's any possible? Here says yes, we have possible can tame our mind. How can tame our mind? Through the meditation. Meditation is only the means for taming the mind. If you tame your mind, you'll gain independence. So you can gain independence. Independence means free from samsara. It's liberation. So that's the reason it's called independence. If you gain independence, the sufferings of samsara are exhausted. It's always gone. No more suffering. Sentient beings have various capacities and interests. So all beings have like different capacities, different interests. And we therefore have many different methods of meditation to benefit them all. So that's why we put here is so many different levels of meditations because different capacities. So also our capacities all the time change actually. You know, that's we recognize ourselves. Sometimes like say, okay, you are Hinayana capacity, you are Mahayana, you are Vajrayana. But that is like just kind of like usually say that, but actually look to ourselves, like think about our own experience. Sometimes we have a like good compassion arise, wanted to help for others. That's time we have a Mahayana capacity. Sometimes we have a like, oh, I wanted to get something, my own benefit. I wanted to do something, my own benefits. So I'm stuck in samsara, I'm suffering. So thinking about our own is like strongly wanting to do something is like we are Mahayana capacity. So sometimes we meditate and doing things, visualize Buddha and just like recognize all beings Buddha, change our perceptions. That times we have a like Mahayana, Vajrayana capacities. So that is like usually our capacities all the time change. So that's the reason in here also many different levels of meditations. So you can use different kind every day. You know, each time we need a different kind because the same is the food. So you can get different kind of food. You know, not eat every day one food, right? So you eat something different food, you can get different taste. You know, so actually all the food is the same. So like that, all the meditations, the main point is the same. But when you get different foods, you can get different taste. And also, like, you know, you always eat one food, maybe you can bored. So you want something different. So that's the reason I create here is many different meditations together. This is a meditation is actually already in the Buddha's teaching, in the Tibetan, Indian, these scholars, masters teaching is already there. So what I did is like put together different levels, you know. Usually, like example, they talk about one section, okay, like meditate love and compassion. Only they talk about that. Maybe not there in the shamatha there. So some meditation teachings like talk about the shamatha, then no love and compassion meditations there. So some is like talk about the generation stages, but then no completion stages there. Maybe there is no shamatha in there. So they just focus different sections, different levels. So what I did here is I bring all together, you know, put together. So that's why even this book is very small, all the different levels meditation we have here. So this is also, I just told you, not followed by lineage, just followed by generally, you know, generally guide, and not really specifically guided. His Holiness Dalai Lama always shared the teaching. He said generally Buddhist view, and individual, you know, specific individual practice level, something, two different levels he put. So this is a generally Buddhist view. That means suit for every lineage. So not only followed by one lineage. Then this teaching also come from different, you know, like realizers, yogis, and philosophers, where the, you know, have very important teachings are put together here. So kind of I cook different kind of food, okay, in this bowls. If someone like Japanese food is here. Someone like Mexican food is here. Someone like Tibetan food, someone like Chinese, American, you know, like different countries' food is always here. So like that. And not only followed by one country, right? We all the country food we have here. So like that, all the different levels of meditations here. And therefore have many different methods of meditations to benefit them all. It is extremely beneficial to know all the key points of the stage of meditation. So we have to know these key points of the meditations. In here, we have, this is always key points of the stage of meditations. If you are able to receive meditation instructions from a master who himself or herself is a practitioner, you gain great benefit from the blessing of the Dharma and also the Lama. Therefore, it was very fortunate and merit us that just as I finished arranging this text, the Lord of Guru Refuge Gachin Rinpoche was able to give complete teaching on it to the student at the Gardroma. So when I created this book, I put together. So that time the main point is I request to Gachin Rinpoche teach meditations. So the people need meditation, and the, you know, not only that, just you know, like chant the drukins like this, like ritual things. I thought it's like more important is like meditations. So that's I understand, you know, I thought it's meditation is more important. People need basic, you know, like understanding Buddhist essence. So then he asked me, need something, you know, like kind of like together levels. So I say I can do that. So I put all this together. And then when we published before this book, Gachin Rinpoche share all this teaching in the Gardroma, whole thing. So we have this all the recording, teaching. I think we also have videos. So we already have the orders and everything. Someone did this all transcriptions. So that's the person was from somewhere in New York City. She told me she already has all transcriptions, but I don't know. Then after I didn't get connection with her, maybe Debbie knows her. So if we can get that one and we can use that and more, you know, editing, then we can, you know, get book to make book that also great too. And then another one is like Gachen Rinpoche, when we already has this book, and then he share once in the Digon Dhamma Seya, hold these teachings again. And that also has all those like video recordings and transcriptions, everything. So the Khans has 2 daughters. The audio recording, everything is put in the, I think, listening and put in the transcription. So he created the book, and we also have that one in the Digon Dhamma Seya. So that is like kind of this commentaries become. That this teaching is like more looks like root text. If you follow this other teaching and the transcription, the book is kind of more commentary. So then that's the reason this book is has blessing by Gachen Rinpoche. So when he shared this before published, also he asked me create like something like this, So I recall teach meditation. He said need something, guide, focus, and that's why we did this book. I believe that by this enlightening intention and his aspiration, this book will bring benefit to countless sentient beings. So now this book will be published in English and then translation to Spanish, translation to the Chinese. So that's all also in the, some is already in the ebook. So English is there, but some is already, I think. Anyway, we have a Chinese, also Spanish too, this book translations. So then also use this book we create. I create in the God Dharma. We have this online course curriculum. Curriculum is based on this book. So if you wanted to study more, and most people knows, I'm just today is reminding again, because sometimes we practice something and a couple years after we forget. So I remind you, many people already through that all the stage meditations finished. So some is more new. So there also you can, if you wanted to follow the curriculum. So this one we have a curriculum through the Gardoma website. So you can sign in, you can go, you can join the curriculum. So then there has more informations. May the Mary of Orange these instructions on the stage of meditation on the path of the 4 thoughts. So this one has 4 thoughts that turn the mind, loving the compassion, and the bodhicitta, the conduct of non-violence. So that's all is a part of the conduct. So then another part of view is shamatha and the vipassana, creation and completion, and the view of interdependence. Become the cause for myself and others for the expansion of the primordial wisdoms, which know the true ways after purifying the true obscuration and their imprint. I would like to give my wholehearted thanks to the translator Vanessa Turner, the copy editor Tricia Lam, the page designer Mike Rich, the cover designer Koncho Karma, Tri Atachita, I think, and David Jackson for all the hard work and the help. So this is August and 2014. Finished the book. Okay, so now we're going to the main teaching. So that is just information, introduction. So you have to know the book, and then I teach many places. This book is when I arranged this book, after I also teach many Dharma centers, many places. It's really, really benefit, you know. When I share this for others, also benefit for me. And then, of course, like everything is interdependent. Benefit me, I recognize benefit others too. So right now, you know, I'm sharing with you this teaching. You also listening, contemplate, meditate. So that's all is interdependent. When I share with you, you get benefit. Also, I share is like I get benefit too. You know, everything is follow interdependent. The stage of meditation, introduction. So homage and the postation to the illustrious of Manjushri. So we homage to the Manjushri here. The reason is when you meditate, when we practice this, and we need wisdom. So without wisdom, no understanding clearly, you know. So first we have to understanding. Teaching is clearly understand. And if teaching is not understanding clearly, then you cannot meditate. So that's the reason with supplication, homage to Manjushri, and we get wisdom because Manjushri is wisdom Buddha. All the Buddha's embodiment form is Manjushri. Wisdom form is Manjushri. All the Buddha's wisdom form embodiment is Manjushri. So any teaching we share for others, always we press to the Manjushri first. Manjushri is wisdom. So when you study Dharma and need wisdom, and then you understanding Dharma. So this has long histories. All these previous realizers, philosophers, this all practice Manjushri when they studied. You know, study and they practice Manjushri. Then also same time they study together. So that means like, you know, when you wake up, chant Manjushri, that's we did the press to Manjushri short one, chant that and chant some mantras, visualize Manjushri, then go into study, and then sometimes you have difficulty to understand, and then go back to, you know, practice Manjushri, and then go to study and read again. So that's the way we have to follow, like that way, you know, not only just or I say I'm going to practice Manjushri, like you go to like couple months, no study, and just chant Manjushri doing practice. That's also okay, but here is the main point. We have to practice Manjushri means like just simultaneously together all the time. You know, when we have some obscurations for study, and we not clearly understand, then think about Manjushri, supplication to Manjushri. So all these philosophers, practitioners, the history, when they has hard time understanding, so they practice Manjushri. Then the next day, the mind is very clear understanding. You know, that kind of lots of histories. So we need to get blessing from Manjushri. Dharma is not easy because the Dharma is like actually beyond our perception and the thought. We have so much obscurations, dualistic thoughts, and strongly worldly coming imprints, you know, and that habituate, worldly, you know, habituate. That's the reason whatever talk about the Dharma is not come into our mind. That's why we have to press to Manjushri. So then, with the bodhicitta motivation to learn and reflect on the teachings of the stage of meditation. So create bodhicitta when we study teaching. So that's the reason we chant the bodhicitta prayers morning when we start the teaching. That's also, you know, when we study practice Dharma, we always need something pray and change our intention. So change intention is very important. We change our intention long as we have a bodhicitta. So this all study, listening, teaching is become, engaging bodhicitta. So when you have engaging bodhicitta, you all have this 6 paramita is practicing. So this listening, teaching is practicing bodhicitta. So that's the reason first we change the intention, then you listening, teaching, we have engaging bodhicitta. 6 parameters in there. So listening, teaching is the most important practice of Dharma. Right now you are really practicing Dharma, so you have to know that. Sometimes people has misunderstanding, oh no, I'm studying, not practice Dharma. So practice Dharma means you have to beat the drum, or you have to drink the beer, or like something like that people thought. But not only that, right? Some people think, oh, I have to do postations, practice Dharma, or I have to create statues or create temples. That's the kind of thoughts in the Asia, like people. But that is like actually followed by the branchy Buddhist, not essence, practice Dharma. So this listening, teaching is followed by essence, Buddha's essence teaching, practice the essence of the Buddha's teaching. So now, long as we have this good motivation, the main body of the text. So that is the introduction. Now it's the main body of the text. How to meditate on the 4 thoughts that turn the mind. So we have to meditate 4 thoughts. I know this already shared so many times. You're hearing this many times. So actually it's good. You hear more times, become you more understanding and more used to that. But we hear many times, we look to, we have to think about ourselves. We really have this practice or not? Not only just, oh, I know this teaching. So think about, oh, I have really this practice or not. So you don't have really this practice, then we need this teaching, right? So if you think, oh, I heard this many teachings, no, I've done this. So that is a big obstacle. And that is we follow by the worldly activities. So worldly situation, not Dharma, spiritual, that is not spiritual practice. Spiritual practice means like we have to hear again and again, contemplate again and again, until transform our mind. So think about Gachin Rinpoche. He practiced his whole life, 37 practice. That means like the 37 practice, usually people think, oh, it's easy. This is so easy. I know all 37 practice. So easy, but you really think easy, but then think about yourself. You have that practice or not, right? Maybe we don't have only just one sentence, not one sentence. I'm just saying me like one verses. Maybe we don't have practice one verses in that place, or 37. So that means we need 37 again, study and contemplate. The Khenpo Jimin Phuntsho, he shared the teachings. He said he received 100 times, more than 100 times, 37 Bodhicitta. The teaching is from the different teachers. So he said he received more than 100 times. Think about that. So that's why like we think, oh, this is I just received already many times. But that is not really enough, because the main important is like you have this practice or not. So that's the most important. Until that, we have to practice. Same is the food, So we have to eat breakfast every day. Like say, you cannot say I ate already yesterday, so I don't need it today. That's not make sense, right? So you say, oh, I already put clothes yesterday, I don't have to put clothes today. That's also not make sense, it's wrong thoughts. So same like that, this, long as we have emotions, so we need these teachings. And this teachings always helps, every day helps. When we have emotions, always this teaching helps. Then one day you don't have emotions, your mind is already 100% transformed to the spiritual dharma, then this part is like already not necessary. Same is that you already cross the, so the ocean, you don't need a boat, you know. Long as you are in the ocean, you need a boat. So you say, oh, I already took yesterday boat, I don't want today. Then you jump into the ocean, you die, right? So when you cross already ocean, then you don't need a boat. Until that, we need a boat. So that's the reason, think this teaching always we need, and always great. Here, what I'm sharing here is like not always 100% followed by like some like, you know, ancient Tibetan examples, ancient traditions strongly. I didn't follow that way. Just kind of a more simple way understand the four thought meditation. So less words is main point is there, and not to like follow the more detail, and some is like when we share the Tibetan, this four thoughts not suit for the Western culture. So I put this as the most simple way for four thoughts meditation. If you wanted to follow more deeper one, and then the Patrul Rinpoche has like My Perfect Teacher, something like that book name. There has more details. Gampopa, Joy of Liberation has more details. And then other books, many.
He'll be back in a minute. Sometimes his internet cuts out.
Okay, so I'll come back again. Internet lost. So good is I can share my data is into the right way to iPad. That's great. So this the four thoughts meditation is turn our mind is like spiritual part. So right now our mind is 100% actually focused for the, I cannot say 100%, just most people like of course like focus for worldly activities. So mind is followed by the worldly activities, then it's we all, you know, like same is like previous life. Beginning lifetime to until now. So we follow all the mind is followed by worldly activity. So that's the reason we are stuck in samsara. So now this four thought meditation trained our mind is spiritual part. So means like wanted to meditate, wanted to practice. So where is the one to practice meditate? Where it's come from? It's through the four thoughts meditation. Can you hear or? Okay. Four thoughts meditation. We meditate on the four thoughts that turn the mind. Long as we have emotions, so the main point is we need four thoughts meditation. Long as we have worldly activity strongly attached to that, and we need four thoughts meditation. So four thoughts help our practice dharma is go to right direction. So that's the reason this four thoughts meditation is all the way come from Buddha. It's a basic preliminary practice. So that means like which kind of yanas, like Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana. Without four thoughts meditation, we cannot do anything. Means like you nothing going to like other practices not going to successful. Without a leg, we cannot go. So this four thoughts meditation is the same as leg. Long as you have a leg, you can walk. So this four thoughts meditation walk through the spiritual direction. Yeah. So usually our leg, these two legs walk in the samsara and worldly samsara walking, but this practice four thoughts is like the same as the leg walk through the spiritual path. So that's the reason four thoughts meditation is not just created by like Tibetan masters, not some Indian like scholars. These teachings all the way come from Buddha. So during that time, all these Buddhas, disciples, based on these four thoughts and meditating. So then to contract our attachment and clinging to the present life. See, long as we have attached and clinging to this present life, then we meditate on the difficult of finding the precious human body of freedom and endowment. So think about this. So I just already talked with you, like we need four thoughts meditation or not, because we already had lots four thoughts meditation. So long as we have clinging to this in present life, we need meditate precious human body. Why we are attached to in this life? Because didn't recognize precious human body. If we recognize precious human body, we not attach, clinging to in this life. So when you meditate, this precious human body is contract our attachment and clinging to the present life. In this life, present life, we're not attached to that. So how we can, do that? Precious human body meditate. We meditate. So we have to meditate on the difficulty on finding. How difficult to find this precious human body, finding the precious human body of freedom and endowment. So this precious human body is like, or is like main point is freedoms and endowment, or included these two levels, freedoms and endowment. So we have to know so many levels we get freedom. We don't recognize that freedoms, we don't recognize. So this example is like think about it, more ancient time you or the tradition follow. Also important. So we have footnotes here. It is a traditionally explained that precious human birth is one replete with the 8 freedoms and the 10 domains. So this is like 8 freedom and the 10 domains, total 8 and 10, 18th. So this comes together, it's called precious human body. Tibetan called Tamjor Chobje, Tam Miliramboche. Tamjor Chobje means like all this 18 freedom completely is precious human body. So first you think about what is the 8 freedoms. The 8 freedoms are being free from. First one is birth in the hairs. So if reborn to the harems, extremely heat and cold, extremely suffering. No time to meditate, no time to practice, no hair dharma, no any opportunity. 100%, no opportunity. Extremely suffering. So we have to think about, we are free from that state. How lucky we are. And go to more detail, and then of course this harem is followed by 18 different harems. So each 18 each ram has different ways suffering being, the beings in there. There's so many beings in the different ways of suffering. So we sometimes share the more detailed teachings. They each these harems, different harems, which kind of suffering they are, how many years they are in suffering in that realm, and why reborn to that realm, how long be there, which kind of sufferings, so which kind of experience they has. So you talk about that, and it's when we hear that, it's like you're also like kind of like nervous, feel scared. Even we don't get that suffering, but you hear this harems suffering, you can get nervous, you get fear, and even you don't get suffering yourself, but you see the Thangka painting these harems. So that's also like you can fears, scared and nervous. Actually, that is helpful for us because reminding, reminding. We don't thinking about it usually. If we don't get in that situation, we don't think. So you see something that reminding us, due to our ignorance, obscurations, even we don't get that situations, we know something, we just don't think about. So right now, example, like due to coronavirus, many people sick and so much suffering, but we are not in that situations. We don't really fear and we don't recognize. So that is like just in this right now, we have all in this right now, we have the sufferings, but we don't fear, we don't recognize. Same thing, these harems like more beyond in that, more far from us, like means we cannot really recognize it. The right now, many beings suffering in this world, we can see that, we can know everything clearly presented there, but still we don't, have a kind of fears, because until we don't get that, due to that is our ignorance. And this here brings so much suffering in there. So that's the reason this who has compassion, who has wisdom, that teachers paint the Thangka and share for others like these sufferings, because reminding us, we have to recognize this. Sometimes we have to cultivate, meditate. When you think about these harems, cultivate, meditate, comes compassion for them. So this help for us, our mind practice help for us. And then we are free from that. So main point here is right now, the main point is we are free from that state. How we are lucky. We have to recognize. And then second is birth as a preta, hungry ghost. So hungry ghost, if we reborn to the hungry ghost, extremely suffering again, hunger and thirsty. So this hunger and thirsty is just like right now we don't get food. Example, 1 month you don't get food, more thirst, more hunger than that. So beyond our thoughts, actually, the suffering is. Then this hungry ghost also has so many different kind of diversity hungry ghost, not only one type of beings, so many different kind of beings there. So this is realize the spiritual beings recognize, they see them, so that they benefit for them. And this our like some ritual prayer practices like create actually benefit for this kind of beings. You know, we can do something benefit human beings, give generosity like food and clothes, but these beings, they cannot receive like that way. So that's why you have to follow by ritual practice to giving for them. We can help for them, and they can receive. So these beings like diversity. Hungry ghost is a diversity being. They just need something. It's so strong desire, you know, and extremely desire. So no any possible to get into Dharma, go into the mind, receive. The one, if you wanted to know the more hungry ghost, it's like we have to learn like this. During the Buddha time, Shariputra and Mogarpa, his Buddha has two his side disciples. These two, especially Mogarpa, he always dealing with this hungry ghost. And lots of stories. We have fiction stories book, and there has Mogarpa. He always benefited like hungry ghost. He always has this perceptions, visions, hungry ghost suffering. So he benefited for them lots of different ways. So we are free from that state. That's also a great thing for us. So meditators think that, you know, when we this precious human body is like we have to spend time think about this meditate, that recognize the suffering, and also we recognize that we are free from that state. And you think that is, you know, recognize ourselves, we have opportunity free from that level. Hungry ghosts. And the third is birth as animals. We reborn to the animals, then there has so much suffering. Animal is always nervous. You know, is the reason is due to the eat each other. They're always scared and always nervous. When they're already born, they're already nervous. So I saw the couple days ago in here has like there's a baby in here put there. So their baby is something wrong. He vision something. He come too close to the door area. I just watch hours that he didn't see me. He's so small, tiny, but he just can little bit walk, and just everything's shaking because it's like something going on, just going to get him, you know, he or she, I don't know, but there's someone going to get them. So extremely nervous. So you can feel that, you can see. That is like animals, like when they're already born, naturally they have nervous and suffering. So that due to karma. And like that, there's so many diverse animals. So not only one type animal. They always eat each other. They harm each other due to ignorance. You know, the animal has a strong ignorance. Why we say they have ignorance? Because see, they're so nervous themselves that someone going to hunt them. But then they're going to hunt others. They don't think about it. When they're going to ready to hunt others, they don't think that. But then their own themselves has so much nervous and pain. So that is due to the ignorance. So we are free from that state. Then this animal has diversity ways of suffering. Some is a human beings tortured, some wild animals, no protections. So many different ways. You just think about watch the. We have the channel is what they call the uh, uh, in the show. All this one channel shows all these animals Africa. They eat each other. So think about that. So much suffering these animals. And the thing about the animals like ourselves, there's so much suffering. And then human beings torture so much animals because they don't have a freedom. So we put in the cage and we lock down them and we have the carry the loadage and there's so many ways suffering. It's unbelievable ways animals are suffering. So we're free from that state. Then fourth is birth as a long life gods. If it reborn there, extremely suffering. Long life God suffering is so. Think about it, in the Westerner, someone know any dharma, someone don't no compassion for others. They have all these material things, but so strong selfish, and then no any friends. The relatives, families, no one wanted to take care. So strong selfish, and whatever they has, the material things has, but and no any like others helping support. So extremely suffering like that kind. That actually due to the mind is like too tight and no open mind. So not thinking about others, only selfish, so strong selfish. We can see like in many people has like that. The material things, they don't problem anything they have, but so strong selfish. And due to that, don't think about any other people. So that's the reason they have become no friends. People don't want to be with them and no one going to take care. So that's why they're lonely and they're suffering, but they cannot change because due to the selfish. So God's realm is kind of like that way. Actually there's material things, no problem. Then when they're getting old, slowly they lose all the powers. But then they lose all the merit and become so much suffering and pain. We're free from that state. Number 5 is birth among barbarians or uncivilized people. So that is so the birth among barbarians means like no dharma. So or uncivilized people. So somewhere it's like only violence. You believe that. You believe violence religion. Violence like killing others, sacrifice animals for offering to the gods. So that kind. If you go dharma there, your life also danger. No one wanted to go there to share dharma because share dharma is like the harm for them. It's not suit for them. So that is called birth. So it's the birth among barbarians or uncivilized people. We can see that in the world has so many places like that. Then of course, like not only the thing about one area like that, not followed by country. So individually, the mentally individually, wrong view, no accept the dharma. So going to the wrong directions. That's kind of people. If we reborn there, no possible to into dharma. Number 6, birth with damaged or incomplete mental faculties. So if we lose our faculties, So if you don't have eye, you cannot read the scriptures. You don't have ear, is like air faculty has problems. You cannot hear Dharma. So that's also not that bad, but actually it's obstacle for hearing the Dharma. You know, if you have hearing the Dharma obstacle, then cannot practice. So that's, we are free from that. Birth in which one holds extreme wrong views. So another people, 70 is like wrong view. Not accept karma cause and the effect. Many people has like that in this world. No follow the karma cause and the effect. So that is number 7. At birth, this birth when where no Buddha has come. So sometimes, like, see example, we share the Pardo Tudor. So that time, if we reborn to other universal, if human beings there, but no Buddhas go there. So no Buddha, then no Dharma. So also in this realm too, in this realm, you know, some areas no Dharma there. Sometimes like in this world is like never Buddha come to in this world. Some kalpas, you know, some eons like no Buddha appear to. So this time is like this kalpa is like, you know, Buddha's appear, Dharma is there, you know. So we are like lucky, but sometimes no Dharma, Buddha is coming into the world to share Dharma. So that is called the number 8. No Buddha has come. Then that is like, you know, 8 freedoms. We have this 8 freedoms. We have to recognize we have 8 freedom. So that is, we are all fortunate. We are all lucky. We have to understand. Not easy to free from that 8 freedoms. 8 freedoms are not easy to get. Very, very hard to get. So we have to contemplate that level. When we meditate, we contemplate morning. Usually there's a, we have the precious meditation means we have to contemplate that level. The 10 endowments, then another 10 endowments include 5 circumstantial advantages. So we have 5 circumstantials, 5 conditions, 5 circumstantial advantages we have. So what do we have? Buddha is appear in this world. That is 1. If no Buddha, then already we talked no Dharma. So lucky we Buddha is there. Buddha is appear. Second is the Buddha talked. Buddha talked the Dharma. So then Dharma is there. The Buddha talked the teaching. Third is the teachings were practice, passed along, and continue to available. So then Buddha told the teaching, that teaching is still alive in the world, still kept going, this teaching. So that is the third. Followers of the teachings are present, and so that's number 4, teachings are present. Number 5 is one has meet and receive teaching from a spiritual master, and the 5 personal advantages. So that is called this. That 5 is called the 5 circumstantial advantages, ultra level circumstantial advantages. So usually when we meditate precious human body, I tell you, we recognize our ultra, you know, circumstances we have, you know, free from our free obstacles, our ultra circumstances. So we have. So that means like this one. So we have this 5 circumstance advantages, ultra level. That is not due to us, just we need these conditions, auto circumstances. Then this another far is our follow the need from us. That is the one has me. So follower of the teachings and the persons and the far, one has me and receive teachings, spiritual master and the five. So 5 personal advantages. This is 5. Another is 5 personal advantages. Human birth. We have human beings birth. Birth in areas where Dharma is available. So we are there. Third is possession of the necessary cognitive of faculties. We have that. Having a lifestyle that is not contagious, not contagious to the teachings. So that is we have, and the 5 have faith and the teachings. So that 5 is like personal advantages, means like we individually we need that. So we have that. So now we have this 8 freedoms and 10 endowments. So this 18 completely we have. So that's why we are called precious human body. We have to cultivate that. We have to meditate at that level. Then here is how we do this out of the 6 realms. It is the human realm, specifically the precious human birth, that serves as the basis for truly accomplishing Buddha Dharma. The science, 4 out of the 6 realms are not visible to us. So now, think about here, we just basically, you know, even this part of like, or actually traditionally we talk about this all 8 freedom, 10 adornment. But right now, just our like, you know, think about in the Western culturally, out of these 6 realms, you know, it is the human realm. So now we are in the human realm, specifically the precious human birth, that serve as the basis for truly accomplishing the Buddha Dharma. So since 4 out of the 6 realms, so only these 6 realms, human being only has the ability to practice the Dharma. So no sense 4 out of these 6 realms are not visible to us. 4 is not for visible for us. For which is for visible for us, animals we can see, human beings we can see. This 2 is only visible. Other is invisible for us. So, okay, think about it. We cannot say, okay, I don't see the hair realms, I don't see the hair realms, I don't see the God's realms, I don't see other realms, so I don't accept that. It's okay, you think that. But we can see the human beings, you can see the animal realms. Then also, something we don't see, then we cannot meditate that, but we can use this human being and we can use this animal realm. You use this, you know, thing and cultivate this 2 level, meditate. So we can look just at human and animal to get an idea of how rare it is to be born as human. So don't think about harem and hungry ghosts. Think about only human being and animals. Still very hard to get precious human body. Not easy. We see that human race is finite in number, and there are many fewer human beings. Fewer human beings. Few, I think, few human beings. Fewer human beings. Okay, so we think about human beings. They compared to animals. Look just at human animal to get an idea. Yeah. However rare it is to be born as human. Animals, so many compared to human beings. Human beings, not many. So Example, where you live, think about your area, maybe one park or one your area, lake and ocean. So compared to that, your area, like one lake or one park or one forest, one area ocean, compared to whole world human beings, the one maybe the area like your one park animals more than that. You know, one lake has more beings, maybe the human beings. Think about one ocean, so many beings and their diversity. Compared to that, human beings not so many. Even like comparing one animal type, don't think about whole diversity animals. Fish. Fish is more or human beings more? Human beings like very few compared to fish. Then fish also so many diversity types. So one type of fish, maybe human being comparing that. Also human beings maybe more less or you know than that one type of the fish. So then so many different kind of fish. So we are free from that level, think that way. And then of course like one bird. Think about ants. Think about these deers. So think about the monkeys. So many diversity monkeys too. Think about the chicken. So human beings comparing to animals is very, very few. Very few. Not so many. So that's why we see that the human race is finite in number, and there are many fewer human beings than there are beings of the animal kingdom. We should reflect on that. So we can think that. So then who has more opportunity, human beings, animals? Of course, human beings more opportunity. Animals more suffering than human beings. So that's clearly for us. Then what Buddha say? Buddha say, human being comparing to animal, human beings not so many. Then he said, animal realm is comparing to hungry gods. Animal realms not so many. Hungry gods more outnumber the animals. Okay, then and hungry gods is comparing to harem beings. Harem is comparing to hungry gods. Hungry gods is less number the harem beings. So lowest realm is more suffering. There has more odd number. So that's Buddha recognize. He don't have to say like untruth, because he has compassion, he has wisdom, he recognize, and so it's fact. We recognize like he's already said human beings comparing to animals more outnumber the human beings. That is a fact. Due to that, kind of like that is the truth. So then other also even we no see beyond our perception, everything is the truth. So then not only Buddha, many higher realized practitioners recognize that. So that's why that is the truth. And that's the reason we think about we are human being is lucky or hard to get. We have to think that. So we see that okay, so no kingdom, we should reflect on this. Further among human beings, think about how many humans are spiritual people with a religious practice versus how many lack spirituality. So that's we know how many beings in the human beings, maybe 7 billion human beings. Okay, that we count human beings. Animal not count. We cannot count animals. So many human beings we can count. Okay, so how many human beings follow the spiritual? How many human beings not any follow the Dharma? So many people, many human beings not accept the Dharma. Then who accept the Dharma means spiritual. So many religions in the world. So really, logically, truly, who has right teaching, who has right spiritual teachings? It's not so many, because it's like Lord's teachings is follow the spiritual means like just unfortunately get the wrong teachings, wrong method, because it's like due to karma. And the reason is like we human beings don't have enough accumulation merit. If we don't have enough accumulation merit, you don't get the right direction, good teachings. That's always due to the accumulation merit. So I'm not criticizing other religions, but logically, truly, you know, which is the really right teaching, which is the truth teaching. So Buddha Shakyamuni shares that is right teaching, truth teaching, because he all shares like natural law of phenomena, reality. And that's why it's like go to the up into the spiritual level, right teaching, follow is very few. They in the follow the Buddha's teaching, how many really practice Dharma? Who's really turn the mind is a spiritual teaching? Very few. So who is the mind is turned to the spiritual? That is called practitioner. So we have so many level of Buddhists. The level name is Buddhist. So many levels, of course, auto level followers. But how many people has this four thoughts practice? Very few. Many people also don't have a teaching for thoughts meditation. Even think about how many teaching have four thoughts meditation in this Buddhist people. Not so many has four thoughts teaching. Okay, so then who really meditate, contemplate, like focus, even who has teaching is very few. That's why it's become more goes less. You know, not so many comes like practitioner level. Among those who do practice of spiritual tradition, see, think about how many have entire authentic spiritual path, which choose how many have not entered authentic path. So who has really authentic path? Not so many. When we reflect on how few people have truly entered on authentic path, and we understand how rare it is to have found such an opportunity to accomplish Dharma practice, we will see that if we do not do something meaningful in this life, it is very unlikely we will obtain another body of freedoms and adornment in our future life. So now we get this precious human body. If we do something good in this life, we cannot get future life good. So that's why if you practice precious human body, not attached to this life. So this precious human body meditation is antidote to attach to in this life. If we are not attached to this life, then our mind is follow the spiritual. Until we really understand this, and until we feel urgence to practice Dharma from the core of our hearts, we should continue to meditate on the difficulty of obtaining the freedom and adornment. Even though we have obtained this body of freedoms and adornment, it will soon disintegrate. Therefore, we should contemplate the reality that no one has ever escaped death. So, okay, we're not going to go that section today. So only we think about today precious human body level. So this we see this, freedom not to something meaningful in this life. So it is very unlikely we will obtain another body of freedoms and adornments. So in our future life, right? Until we really understand this, and until we feel urgency to practice, urgency to practice Dharma from the core of our heart, then Dharma is really clear, come from our hearts. So that time, then we mind is follow the Dharma. we should continue to meditate on the difficult of obtaining the freedoms and adornment. So precious human body meditation. See, that is like very hard to get in that level. So now we have that. So we cannot say we have that. Actually, we have some part of freedoms. Of course, we have freedoms. But then 10 endowments, we have that. But still think about, we really using this body is precious or not. So they have an example. If you have a gold plate, so gold plate is serve something good, a valuable thing. But you use the gold plate, is put in the garbage is in there. Become you use the gold plate is a garbage can. So then, what do you think? Someone has gold, maybe don't think about the gold plate, gold like kind of containing something, People just use the garbage can, everything garbage put into there. So many people think that guy is crazy, right? The gold is so precious, expensive, but that person don't use right direction because it's using wrong, or it's garbage is put into their gold plate or something, gold, and using wrong things, you don't use right. So like that, we have precious human body, we use like worldly activity, only 100% focus on that and create no virtuous deeds. So some has a treasure, gold, something is like used like only for garbage, trash put into there. They don't recognize it's the treasure. So like that, even you have this teaching, if we don't practice. So we think that way, then we recognize and appreciate the human body. So this meditation is have to go to right direction, not go to wrong direction. Sometimes people think cultivate precious human body, then they get pride. They get pride. Oh yeah, I have precious human body. So then you don't care other beings. So that is like become wrong direction. It's dharma is misunderstood and using wrong way. So what we have to do, recognize precious human body. So we have to get courage to practice dharma, and joyful effort. First have joy, okay, I have this, then put effort. So why we talking about this precious human body, not talking about get something, pride, ego, this is like going to do the like effort, and at the same time effort. No joy and you don't want to put effort. So recognize joy, okay, I have this, no, it's precious human body. Then what we have to do, put effort. Joy, what helps for us? You have the joy, no much suffering. You don't get depressions. You don't get sad. You don't not going to suicide yourself. You don't get depression, lonely, like some people so lonely suffering, right? No like that, who has precious human body meditate. See, we have to use right direction, because to get joy is like, or is release that. No thing. In this world, many people have sad, many people have depressions, many people have lonely and unhappy feeling all the time. And many people has always fears. So many people has always due to jealous for others and don't recognize what's going on in the other realms. So mind is so narrow. So use this meditate, yeah. Think about joy, this precious human body. Joyful arise. All these fears, sadness, and kind of like, you know, what I say, like it's depressions and unhappy feelings. This all is gone because cannot be together. You think, oh, I'm human body, I have joy, so I have this precious comes joy. You don't have that or the negative feelings. This practice is antidote to the negative feelings. That practice is benefit in this life. So then we have jealousy, like because like someone has competition, so like thinking about like someone has more opportunity us. We have jealousy, mental jealousy. Due to that, you know, we get emotions, our mind. So long as we have emotions, due to jealousy, our minds are too tight, become too narrow. It's already closed and suffering. So other hand, you think about all the other realms, suffering. So then you recognize, oh yeah, I don't have the jealousy there because it's a thing about other hand, so many beings suffering there. I'm free from that. Oh, glad I have these opportunities. Recognize our you know opportunity or our like recognize, you know, what we have. So that become get appreciate ourselves. So you get appreciate ourselves, then you comes compassion, you care for other beings too. So many related to this practice. This practice is not making for hard for people, you know. Sometimes people think, oh, this follow the traditions. It's so hard. Why we have to think these harems? Why we have to think about this hungry ghost? You know, I don't want to think this. Like, see, this you think that, and you really recognize yourself, what you have. Otherwise, we don't recognize ourselves. Make sense or no? So that's why we have to meditate. See, think about it. Sometimes we think very easy for just think about for precious human body meditation is very easy, very simple. Why we have to so complicated make that? Not that easy. So think that all situations like then you really this practice like benefit our mind, and then you recognize. So after that we have to practice. Thank you very much. So that's we finish the morning session. So now you have asked questions. Can discussion together.
Hi, morning, Kempo. Thank you so much.
Hi, thank you.
So, so these are the 4 thoughts. These are the common preliminary practices, correct?
Yes.
Yes. I read a good a book by Chense Rinpoche who explained that why the translation as preliminary isn't the best, because it's like in English it makes it sound like, oh, they're just prerequisites, they're just an obstacle, they're just the first thing we have to do before we can get on to like Mahamudra kind of thing, and it makes it sound not as important as it should be. But another translation is just like the foundational practices, and how like these are the practices of the Vajrayana, the 4 thoughts, love, compassion, bodhicitta. I wondered what you thought on that, and I wondered where the Nundro and the uncommon preliminaries come in. It seems like love, compassion, bodhicitta, the 4 thoughts, plenty of material, and I wondered where, you know, the prostrations and all the Nundro come in, and should we be practicing them all at the same time, or what your thoughts were on that?
Sorry about I really didn't get a like main point to your questions.
Okay. Yeah.
First, I thought you sharing something some like different kind of translations.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me just simplify it. So there's the four thoughts, the common preliminaries,
Yes.
and then there's the special preliminaries. Love, compassion, bodhicitta, which you get into in the book. I wondered when we should practice Nundro, I guess. The uncommon preliminaries.
So this is I'm sharing this teaching is like just different part, you know, different part means like just generally, you know, I already told morning like not really follow the lineage and the tradition. This is just generally me essence Buddhist path. So this uncommon preliminary practice is followed by the Tibetan tradition and the lineage practice. So during the Buddha time, we don't have that preliminary there. So we create after that. Of course, it's preliminary means just some we recognize it's purified karma. But right now, when you practice preliminary practice means when you meditate this four thoughts, you practice preliminary practice. And
that's
then
all you
this
need.
four thoughts, of course, use four thoughts, then you do prostration, also great. Long as you have four thoughts meditation, same time you're doing mandala, also great. Four thoughts meditation, same time you're doing chant, you know, refugee prayers, also great. All this using with four thoughts practice, uncommon preliminary practice, great. But without four thoughts, you're doing uncommon preliminary practice, it's become just not only uncommon preliminary practice, all dharma. Whatever you does is not really there, it's into the mind, is a dharma.
Yeah, I read a book about Tibetan yogis, and one said that I guess they were chosen as kids or something for their bodhicitta, I think. And one said that he was all excited to be learning these crazy practices, but that the first 3 years was just shamatha and meditating on bodhicitta.
So there are, you read different kind, there's a different, give you information. So of course we have like so many teachings. Buddha talk about, you know, 84,000 dharma teaching means a lot there. And then we follow the different teachings, like Buddha also has 100 volumes first. So then coming to the 200 volumes, of course that's all is like translation to Tibetan language. Then each Tibetan teachers has like 10 volumes, 20 volumes. Some has like 70 volumes. The most like some scholars. So like that, you know, they all share you different kind. Like example, today I share this precious human body. Maybe whole book is talk about the precious human body, just different ways. So they're going on so many things, right? And the main point is like in this book I told this morning is like create or just essence in the simple way and get into the Buddhahood.
Yeah.
So there has so many things, of course, like that we, of course, there has lots of different things, but just this is another way to you get Buddhahood. Simple way, not create a complicated way, you know, just don't have to think about the lineages, don't have to think about the traditions, okay, just think about the reality, kind of like directly into the like step-by-step different meditations, take to the Buddhahood. So this all come from this, the so many teachings like essences in this ones, yeah. So that's our thought.
Yeah, I love it. It's such a great book and online program that you have. And that's why I was curious about the Nundro. But I can't even do that many prostrations anyways. I'm happy to just meditate on love, compassion, bodhicitta. So if I were to do like a short retreat this summer, for example, I can just work through the stages and just start from precious human life until that's
Yes.
really felt in my heart before moving on to the next thing, and just go like that.
Yes. Yeah, the preliminary is like everything is dependent. You know, preliminary means. So you all just also read the preliminary means basic ground. So this is long. Without this 4 thoughts meditation, cannot have any preliminary. So long as you have this 4 thoughts meditation practice, that is a preliminary practice already you have. Then you say, oh, I don't have postrations. Yeah, you don't do postrations, but you have preliminary practice. So in India, that time, during the Buddha time, he don't require to 100,000 postrations. So require this precious human body and 4 thoughts meditation. Everyone that did that, they realized that, yeah. That time is that everyone appreciate themselves. That's why they put effort for meditate. So
Yes.
they get liberation.
Thank you for clarifying that as well.
Yeah.
About the
So in Tibetan
joyful
tradition, it's like Tibetan tradition is like everything is wanted to go more strong, harder. Something wanted to make more something, you know. So during the Buddha time postrations, maybe half postrations. In Tibet, they say, oh, we have to do 4 postrations, you know, more strong than that. And so they put more effort. I think looks like they just kind of did something great, try to do more strong. So that's why people come kind of like more like, you know, misunderstand what is the difference, why is it going on.
Well, yeah, thank you.
The different teachers try to put more effort put more harder for their own students.
Yeah.
Then that becomes a tradition, you know.
Right. But if you haven't
So without
meditated
that, without that, there's already been many Buddhas already. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you haven't meditated on the precious human life enough, you'll just be like, oh, why am I doing all these prostrations? And it's not like joyful effort. It's just like fear-based. Oh, I gotta purify. I gotta accumulate all my merit. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So see, then you go to the different monastery. You did give you different. They say, okay, you have to go to the 6 yoga naropa meditation retreat, 3 years. Some area they give you all the Tibetan. This master has a different, like Namchi, Tersa means like Namchi means scatter your this. There has also 3-year retreat. Tersa means like new treasure. They also have 3-year retreat to use that. And you see so many different like that. All these monasteries followed by their own lineage, own traditions. Okay, so they have to stuck that because to follow that. They have to keep that maintaining. But and the lay people case need something really not stuck with that different lineages, something for break the cage, you know, simple path to get into the Buddha. So that's why I created this, because it's always the main point path. Yeah, so I cannot criticize, okay, so why is that? Because I have to do that. That is that tradition, right? In the Gar monastery, we does always like Chinreze Drupchin is like 24 hours unstopped, always they're going on. But why we don't do here that? Why other monasteries don't do that? Other monasteries don't have that. They don't do that, but instead they can get different ways
and like that. Every teacher used different ways, accumulation merit, create
Right.
different method.
Yeah.
Then we say, oh, why there has this? Why we don't have that? Why is it that? Why is it has that? So then endless answer, endless question.
Well, I know at Garchin Institute, like they
Yeah.
have like 30-day, 100-day Four Thoughts retreats, which is just like shamatha and Four Thoughts contemplation for like 8 hours a day for like a month
So,
or 3 months.
so there's 100 days meditation. Usually they use this Four Thoughts meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So Khenpo Minsa also, just maybe you hear many people, Khenpo Minsa, he also has his own path. He just share the teaching his own way. He don't follow this tradition of different monasteries.
Mm-hmm.
What he does, he don't talk about a 3-year retreat.
Oh.
He don't follow that.
Mm.
He just main point is Four Thoughts meditation with this uncommon preliminary practice. Four Thoughts meditation with uncommon preliminary practice. You have to finish that, and then he give you meditation teaching, Dzogchen, Mahamudra, recognize. Then you have to just use that, meditate. Don't have to do any other chanting prayers, and don't have to create anything, like just sit down, meditate. That's it. He does that.
And they do have the 3-year retreat at Garchin Institute.
Yes, everywhere has a 3-year retreat, many places, but that does always different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So not always the same 3-year meditation retreat. I just told you, each monastery has their own way to doing.
Yeah.
So that is all followed by the lineage.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I feel like a month or 3 months of just shamatha and contemplating the Four Thoughts would be a lot. So if I can jump around with all your different stages and just do a little retreat and do a little bit of love, compassion, bodhicitta.
Yes.
And just
So
kind of
great is
sample
like this.
everything.
What is the Digong Dharma Kirti? He says, not only 3-year retreat. He says like this time. During his time, he just criticized these 3-year retreats people. You know, he said during this time, 3-year people say, go to 3 years retreat. They say, I finished. He said, never finished. That is wrong idea, wrong thinking. And not only in the 3-year retreats, you doing something. This Dharma is you have to do always your life practice. You know, that means like you have to use this shamatha meditation. Use this vipassana is always a daily life, every day. So otherwise you go to 3 years, come back and you say finished. Actually, emotions there, you know, like everything is the same, is regular. So nothing change. You get some like good things, but so no finish. That means like still we have to keep going, no finished. So that's also sometimes people misunderstand it. Digong Dhammakirti, he just clearly he told them, you know, and directly pointing. That's the called Pitta instruction. Tibetan where it's like teachers say, no, you didn't finish. You are wrong, you know. That is your misunderstand.
Once I'll throw something at you.
So we also say, okay, 100,000 post stations. Actually, no, finish 100,000 post stations. So, you know, you have to can do more. You know, that's unlimited. You can do the post stations.
Yeah.
So how can you finish 100,000 post stations? So that is like just put effort. Student, that time teachers try to put effort for students using that method.
Mm-hmm.
But main point, actually, reality is think about is maybe 100,000 post stations is like someone does 100,000 post stations. Maybe someone does 3 post stations. It could be equal, like, you know, accumulation merit. Someone who did it really through the meditation. Someone just same as exercise, doing 100,000 pulse stations, someone has to really, focus and meditate 3 pulse stations could be equal.
Equal.
So that's why Buddha said, and when you chant the mantra, and Tada Mada Janjoyin, clear and unclear 100 times different. Unclear 100 mantra and one clear chant mantra is equal. Tada Mada Janjoyin. Tenzin Yomin Bumjoyin means like, so if you have meditate through the meditation, chant the mantra, and no meditating, no any, meditating, chant the mantra, like your mind is not there, kind of like lose mind, chant mantra, mind unmindful, chant mantra 100,000, and with meditation chant one mantra is equal. So that think that 100,000 mantras without meditation, one single chant mantra with meditation equal. The Buddha said that. Tata Mada Janjoyin, Tenzin Yomi Bumjoyin. That's a come from Sutra. Okay. So thank you
for your
everyone then.
clarification. Thank you.
Say so close, so come everyone, and we can, just ask question and I can share answer. And then we can meditate this today what we share. So that we follow every Saturday, Sunday. So follow that. Tomorrow we don't have teaching, so every Saturday, Sunday also follow that. So tomorrow is the Dugong Kaju Monlam prayer. You can just follow, watch it in the youth streaming, not the Zoom meeting. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Khenpo-la.
Thank you.
Thanks, Khenpo. It's great.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Khenpo, very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you, Khenpo.
See you later.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Bye, Rich.